What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Karlton Says Live. We are here today. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Today's episode is very special because this is an hour-long episode. We have a lot to talk about today. But first, I'm going to introduce all the people that are up here with me. Of course, every week we have the ever so lovely, always giving her opinion on everything, Miss Ariel Cheese.
Hello.
And then we have our guest host for today, and our guest host for today is Mr. Tyrice. Oh, we're going to Ashley first. Ashley Black is first. Ashley Black, our special guest for today. And she's here with us to talk about her new play that she's a part of, but she's also going to be a part of the panel discussion for today. And our special guest, our other co-guest host here today is Mr. Tyrice Lollis. All right, so we're going to get started. First off, before we get into all the topics of the oh, the curtain came down. Uh-oh. Let's go to that long shot. With us, with me. All right. See, that's what happens on live streaming. We can't control stuff, so that's what happens. We done lost our curtain, but it's all good. We're gonna keep going. First off, we want to acknowledge today is Good Friday. So this is Easter. This is Easter weekend. This is a time for us to reflect on the death and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So we definitely want to throw that out there. Good Friday. I hope you guys are just taking the time out to reflect and to think about everything that Jesus has done for us. For our sins and all that great stuff and saving our lives and everything. So we appreciate that. I hope you guys are having a safe Easter. I had a love-hate relationship with Easter when I was a kid. Because I love Jesus. I always loved Jesus. But I never when you were a kid, Easter Sunday was about dressing up.
Fashion show.
And I hated it. I hated dressing up in that suit, in the new suit every year. I was like, scrap that. But anyway, hope you guys have a great Easter weekend, and hope you guys are reflecting on Good Friday. Second, we want to acknowledge Miss Ashley Black. Today is actually her birthday.
Yay.
So, Ashley Black, happy birthday to Ashley Black. She is 25 years young. So I hope that why are you making that face?
I'm getting up there in age,
Man, you just a baby still.
Right.
Still young.
Still young.
Man.
Well, hope you enjoy your day today. Hope you have a great birthday.
Thank you.
And third, but last and certainly not least, today, it's Friday, and of course, today is Lions Den Day. So all new episode of the Lions Den is up right now. Definitely check it out. Go to youtube.com/The Lions Den series. You're not going to want to miss it. All right. Our first topic of discussion for today. I'm sure this has been on all the media. It's been huge this whole week. As you guys know, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is back. It's going to come back for its third season on May 5th. However, they released a super trailer. However, we were all surprised to find that Miss MiMi Faust, has did a sex tape. Not just any sex tape. It's like a full-out porn. Okay? So basically, you see the clips right now, and we're kind of giving it to you, but they actually released the whole, trailer of the sex tape. It was on World Star Hip Hop, and it was on all these other sites or whatever, and basically what it is MiMi and her boyfriend Nikko, and they're getting it in. For real. Backstory for those of you who do not watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Last season, MiMi was dating Nikko. She's the baby mother of Stevie J. And Nikko and MiMi, they had a relationship. He got her a fake rollie, and she got upset about it. He got upset because Stevie J got her a car, and their relationship, they started going at it, and they broke up. Next thing we know, they're back together, and then they got this sex tape. And the sex tape, or porn, is released the week before Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 3 premieres. So, today, we're just gonna there's really no questions. I just want to talk. Let's just talk about it first. Yeah. Did everybody see the tape? Did everybody see the trailer?
Yeah, I seen it.
It's out.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Yeah. So how do we? I mean, honest opinion. How did y'all feel about the trailer?
I was shocked more than anything. I felt that MiMi Faust portrayed a very respectable woman. Mm-hmm. When you look at the Atlanta Love and Hip Hop, and to see her do something as a publicity stunt, I believe I would never see it happening. I never seen that coming.
Mm-hmm. Definitely was a shock. I think I'm about to say the same thing. Yeah, it was. I wasn't expecting. I would expect more of Jocelyn.
Right.
Yeah.
Stevie.
Definitely Jocelyn and Stevie.
Right.
But not Mimi. You know what I'm saying? Like Mimi always had that flippant mouth, which honestly I liked.
Right.
To be real with you, I loved it. But it's just that for her to release a sex tape, I'm just like, wow, really?
Right.
Right.
Like that's crazy.
What?
Well, I think she's too old for this. I mean, this is something that you do when you're young and, you know, you can maybe say, you know, you don't know any better, you don't have any kids. I mean, just anything else. But I feel like, you know, like you said, the way that she kind of portrayed herself on the show, you expected more. You thought that she was going to be a mature adult, you know, who wasn't going to be just making a sex tape to be relevant. I mean, I did see it. She didn't look bad. But
She
still,
did.
that don't make it right.
Exactly. And I mean, less than one-on-one. There's nothing wrong with, you know, making a sex tape for your own personal purposes.
Right.
But if you're going to make it, always keep the tape in case it leaks. As you said, I guess there was the preview to the show.
Watch it and destroy it.
She made it seem like, oh no, it leaked. No, a tape like that doesn't just leak.
Right.
That was quality work. That
Exactly.
wasn't.
It wasn't a shaky
decided-
hand moving and then you can't see something in one moment and then you pops up again. No.
Exactly. And you have a child. You know, you got to be some type of considerate of your child at some point.
Right.
You know, because your child's going to be going to school. And let's be honest, middle school, high school, elementary school. I mean, you have bullies. Kids tease you.
Right.
And she's going to get so much backlash
She
from
sure
all of
is.
this.
Yeah, I just think my thing is like Cheese was saying. It's just a certain age where you just wake up and you're just like, okay, I shouldn't be doing those things anymore.
Right.
When you're in your 20s, I'm going to give you your early 30s. You kind of still
Barely
do,
early
mid-30s. You still do kind of some foolish things. You know, sometimes some people are sheltered when they're in their teenage years, so when they become an adult, they don't really, they
Get wild.
venture out and wild out a little bit. So I'll give you that. But when you're 40, this woman is 44 years old. And it's like, what are you thinking? What's the problem? And honestly, I'm going to be real. We talked about this previously. I think this is a ploy. It's obvious it's a ploy.
Definitely.
I think, I'm going to be real. I'm going to throw names out there. I think the producer of the show, I cannot think of her name right now, Mona Scott Young, I think she's behind it. Because I read a statement that said that we give MiMi and Nikko our blessing with the sex tape. It was a statement from them and the VH1 staff. Even though it's not their video, they're giving their blessing behind it. And it's not a coincidence that this sex tape is coming out a week before
The show.
season 3 premieres.
Right.
Not a coincidence
Not at
at all. And I don't like how Mimi's trying to act all like, the sex
Shocked.
tape leaked.
Oh,
and like, oh
no.
my god. No, come on,
That was
Mimi.
professional.
Yes,
Right.
it was.
Professionally done.
It was.
You knew. It
You
was coming.
set out to do that pornography.
For
It-
season 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, I think she's just trying to find a way to stay relevant on the show.
Yes,
exactly.
I don't think she has, even though Mimi was, well, she still is. I'm not going to say was. She's a favorite character of mine on the show.
Right.
I think her storyline is kind of coming to an end after season 2 because like now that Stevie and Jocelyn are married, it's like, okay, where does Mimi fit in? You're still just the baby mama.
Right.
Are you? People are tired of the whole "I'm angry baby mama" thing.
Basically.
Yeah.
We were over it.
We've seen it.
We've seen it for 2 seasons.
Right.
Yeah.
So we need you to do something
And with
else.
Erica and Scrappy.
Same
so
thing.
It's yeah.
Right.
It's the same thing. And like I said, just when you do reality TV, I mean, obviously, I was just on a debate the other day, and of course, when you're on the camera, you're giving the producers something to work with. But at the end of the day, they are hyping you up to, create a storyline for yourself. Because and let's be honest, if you don't have a storyline for yourself, they're not going to follow you anymore.
Right.
That happened to Samaya Reese on Love and Hip Hop New York season 2. That's why she got cut.
did.
She was on. The first season she was a firecracker. Her and
Yeah.
Chrissy was getting into it, and then season 2, she was just focused on her music, and they wasn't following her anymore. They was like, "You're boring.
We don't want to see
We
that.
don't care." And they actually admit, and her and Mona had to sit down, and somebody was like, "Why did y'all stop following me?" And she was like, "Well, you didn't give us anything to follow."
Wow.
So
Wow.
And that's
what it
real.
is.
That's the
Right.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to see you just walking around doing nothing. We want to see some excitement.
We don't want to see you happy.
Right.
Why do we want to see you happy?
Not
That's
acting
not-
normal. Spaz out,
Exactly.
please.
Yeah,
Right.
not to Ashley and Tyrice, because you guys are, actors and actresses or whatever. How did Mimi? She has a deal now with Bed Bath and Beyond, and she's also getting all these endorsements and all these things. How does that make you two feel? Because you guys are actually grinding in the paint. Y'all are doing gigs, for free, mind you. You're doing gigs and you're just trying to get your name out there and trying to hustle and grind. How does that make you feel as actors and actresses, does it make you feel like, oh, I just need to do a sex tape and I'll be famous? Or like, what?
No sex
Like, how do y'all feel about that whole thing?
I think that's why even with models and actresses or actors, as you say, talent, it doesn't matter about talent anymore. Sex sells, and you have so many females, model-wise and actor-wise, that are so willing to just get naked or do something a little extra to get the job that it doesn't even matter if you're talented anymore. And it's so difficult, going through directors and producers who do expect certain favors in return, and it's frustrating. It definitely gets you down sometimes, but keep moving.
It's harder when we try to do it the right way. And like Ashley was saying, sex sales. I mean, that's in entertainment now that we see. Even when you look at music, it's not about the talent anymore. It's about how somebody looks and how much money they're going to make, to the industry. So for us, I mean, it's a lot harder. You're not going to see no sex tape coming from me though.
That's good.
I can tell you that. That
at all. Not no types of ways. There's not a money limit on me being in a sex tape at all. It's just not gonna happen.
How much did MiMi get again?
I was reading online. I believe it said it was about $100,000 for both. But when you split that, that's $50,000 each after taxes. Ain't about almost $37,000.
So is it worth it?
Right. Yeah, is your character worth that amount of money? Your morals, is it worth that amount of money? And it's really not.
I guess it was.
Yeah, and she has her own business,
That's
so you wonder why
not you?
How is this going to affect her business?
I'm glad y'all said that. Speaking of business, so I was watching an old clip of Atlanta Love and Hip Hop, and it was the scene where Stevie J came to the house, and they was arguing back and forth, and she had to put him out the house.
Right.
Yeah.
And what she said, word for word, was, "I will clean floors to take care of my daughter. You are not gonna catch me selling my just to make some money."
Wow. And I remember what you're talking about. I remember because she came from upstairs.
I remember that
scene.
Wow.
She was cleaning the house at the time.
Sure, she had on black.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How far we've come.
Right.
Yeah.
In a matter of a season.
Right.
But you know what's funny? I was wondering why she was with Nikko. He was such a cornball, and he was arrogant. And he
treated her wrong. The way he talked to her, it was
belittling,
bad.
disrespectful, and now I guess I see why.
Right.
I mean, my opinion, I think he's using it for his game.
It's obvious.
He's gonna be the one that's gonna win out of it.
The man is always gonna win.
He's gonna win.
She's gonna her reputation is ruined. It's tarnished, exactly. And he's gonna win from this situation. He's a man, of course.
Right.
Kudos to him.
I feel bad for her daughter.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her because it's because I'm not a big Steve Harvey fan. But he was talking about it on his morning show, and one of my friends posted it on YouTube, and I listened to it, and I was like, he makes a lot of sense. It's like when you're a mother, once you become a mother or father, you have to stop thinking about yourself. Right. You got to put your child's needs first. Right. And MiMi didn't do that
at all.
And it's like she's thinking about this instant gratification. Oh, I need to be on season 311 Hip Hop. I need to make this money. I need to be this porn star, or maybe go to all these porn conventions. But you're not thinking about what's her name, Eva. You're not thinking about little Eva. She's 4 years old. And she's gonna grow up one day, and she's gonna watch this, and she's gonna watch. First of all, she's gonna watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Obviously, they're gonna keep it running, and then she's gonna see this porn tape, and she's gonna be like, "Mommy, what is this?"
Right.
2, she's gonna be like, "Mommy, can I do this?"
Right.
3, "Mommy, when can I do this?" It's just gonna be all these questions.
Yeah, this is right.
Is she gonna be supportive of her daughter doing it? If her daughter wants to do it in the future, what is she gonna say about it?
Right.
She can't say nothing. What can she say?
Of course.
Nothing.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the changed part. That'll be the changed MiMi. Then the one
that'll be the one on own.
So yeah, that'll be the one on own. So she might be telling her no, don't do it.
Right.
But but she's her little girl is old enough now where it's gonna have an impact on her now. I mean, she might not be able to see like what's going on, what everybody sees, but little kids, parents don't have filters now. They let their kids watch anything. So if the parents are watching and the kids are around, then they're gonna go to school just like we were saying. That's your mom. Or they were talking about your mom and they said you did. 4-year-old is not too young for them to start. They, it's bullying and stuff and just picking.
The parents aren't going to let their children play with Eve now just because of the fact that
you're a bad influence.
Yeah, no, I don't want that around my daughter or son.
Just like those teen moms said they were not going to do the show again if Farrah was going to be on it. because she did her tape.
That's right.
Yeah.
Same thing. And those are teenagers. Those are little kids. I mean, you know,
right,
young adults. So you can imagine older women.
Right. They're
gonna shut it down.
Well, we could definitely keep this conversation going. We want to hear from you. What do you think about the MiMi Faust tape? What do you think about how's this going to impact her business, her family? Definitely, should Stevie J get the daughter? I know that's going to be a big thing on the new season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You can catch that Monday, May 5th at 8 o'clock on VH1. All right, guys, we're going to go to a break. Our next subject, I know you all seen the video of August Alsina. He went off on Sister Park. We're going to discuss that next. But first, we're going to throw to this video from Danny Blaze. He was on the show a few weeks ago, and he has a video called Slumdog Money. So let's throw to that right now.
Just a young nigga on the come up, tryna get my money right, so I hustle to the sun up. Now I'm willing to the beat with my hands in my pockets. Never lose grip with my hands on the I'm a boss nigga with a pay, you can stop it. So many nigga that up here to have a problem. I'm riding top down stars in the distance, strive for perfection. Mission, hustle on my mind and I dream with persistence till they come true, till my dreams to fruition. A wise man told me niggas wouldn't listen, so I had to show them through a blind man's vision. Had to make a bit of these metaphors I be spitting, this style of shit I be picking while the 808s hit. I got my mind on a million, silly if you don't feel me, I'm someone that you should really see. Now you don't really wanna push, stay thick like my first name Robin. We mobbing, bunch of bad boys like Robin. Diddy bumping through the hood, boy, we styling. Damn, we stay fly like Falcons. Feeling myself, no X like Malcolm. Leader of the new school, nigga, we out here. Looking for the moon with my best foot out there. It's amazing what you can come from if you're hungry and you want one. So I spit it till my tongue numb, and now I'm in the top spot, number one. Will not lose, running to the finish with the without shoes. Sleeping on me, well you bet not snooze. I'm the king of the shit, so the sword I choose. A weapon that I'll choose will be the pen. Killing these dudes, murder is a sin, but I gotta do it to survive in the jungle. We 100 or 100, I keep it 100. The top I want it, too sick for your dude, you cannot stomach. Like a porn star, so I keep on coming. A millionaire dreaming for slumdog money.
We're back. Hey, we fixed the curtain.
Right.
Hey! Curtain's fixed. Curtain's fixed. We got everything good. We're back for Karlton Says Live. We're gonna talk. We just finished talking about MiMi Faust and her tape. Definitely join the conversation. Go to youtube.com/Karlton Says Live. Make a comment on the video. Also, you can go to the fan page on Facebook. Go to Karlton Says and make a comment. We definitely love to hear from you. Hear what you have to say. Shout out to Danny Blaze with his music, and that was Slumdog Money you guys just saw. Now, new subject. We are going to talk about now August Alsina. Now, let me give you a little bit of backstory. For those of you who may not know, August Alsina, he's an artist. He's a singer, not a rapper. Somebody tried to correct me the other day. Tells he's a rapper. He's not a rapper. No. He's a singer. Now he's from the hood apparently, but you know he broke out with "I Love It" and he has his songs or whatever. He did some songs with Trey Songz. They had a good budding friendship. We thought wrong. Apparently they have some beef. We still don't know what the beef is. Clearly why they're beefing, but they are beefing. And August came on 106 Park to promote his new album, debut album that's coming out, and he asked 106 Park, Keisha and Bow Wow not to ask him about Trey Songz off the camera. And so they was like, okay, we won't ask you. He gets on 106 Park, talk about the new album. Keisha goes and decides to say, hey, we heard about you and Trey Songz. When y'all gonna get back together and y'all gonna work everything out? And August, excuse my language, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse it real quick. August says, why you asking me about that shit? And it's like all this craziness and pandemonium or whatever. And so then Keisha obviously gets mad And he's just like, my album coming out, my album coming out, my album coming out. He steps in front of her and all this other stuff, and it's just he stepped in front of her and was like, my album coming out, and then she just trying to smile off, but she's really angry. Bow Wow just standing there.
He went along with it.
He's just looking like, and then all right, bro, go ahead and go tell your song, bro, all right, bro, and then Keisha walks off and leaves and everything. So the question, we're just talking about the whole situation, but I just want to throw. First off, who was in the wrong? How would you have handled the situation if that happens? And, let's just have some dialogue about it. I want to go ahead and give my opinion first because I already put it out there on Facebook, and I'm going to say it here. Karlton Says Live. I think all three were wrong. I'm going to tell you why I think all three of them were wrong. Keisha was wrong. I interview people. Keisha was wrong because she should have never answered the question. When you interview somebody, out of respect, you're supposed to send your questions in first, either to the PR person or to the artist themselves. They might not have a PR person yet. You send the questions, and they'll tell you what questions you can ask and what questions you cannot ask. I interviewed Keisha from Basketball Wives on my blog, and I wanted to talk about a particular situation, and we talked about it, but we couldn't mention. They said, well, you can't mention the name. And I said, okay, I won't do that. And so we talked. Great interview. It was awesome. That's what you're supposed to do. So Keisha I don't know why she just decided she wanted to go ahead and ask the question anyway. That's unprofessional. Don't do that. So she was in the wrong. She should have got cussed out. I'm sorry. Should have got it. But August was wrong. He shouldn't. If he was going to cuss her out, shouldn't have been on camera like that. That's, first of all, that's embarrassing. Two, that's also unprofessional. You look real like dirty for dogging a female out like that on TV. That's not a good look. And it's just a whole all around bad situation. And I feel like he could have handled that a little better. He could have, he could just be like, okay, no, I don't want to comment about that. Let me go ahead and let me talk. I'll just promote the album, and then we'll talk off camera.
Right, or he could have just ignored the question and just said something completely different.
That's true.
Anything, and
That's
just
true.
diverted the attention away from the question itself. I saw the clip and I kind of laughed a little to myself when he said it, because I thought, oh well. He told you not to ask him,
Yeah.
and you asked, so that's what you, as a journalist, that's what happens. If you take the chance to ask the questions, you're either going to get the answer, or you're not. Somebody can be polite about it, or someone can be like he was. And it just comes with the territory. But
I agree. I just feel like you. Oh, let me say my third reason. Bow Wow was wrong too, because Bow Wow just stood there and he just you don't let. It's like when you come into somebody's house, you don't let people disrespect the person that lives in your house like that. If you're a husband and wife, if it's another dude coming to your house, you're not gonna let another dude disrespect your wife, or vice versa. So I kind of feel like he should have just been like, okay, hey, bro, kind of calm down, kind of ease the situation a little bit. He just kind of just stood there and let Keisha just kind of,
or maybe at least not even laughed it off, but maybe he could have changed the subject.
Yeah.
Kind of so that way, because I'm sure he was probably maybe a little uncomfortable too in the moment.
Or scared.
You see the height difference? Did you see the height difference?
Or scared. You can imagine. He was probably just as shocked as we were to hear him respond that way anyway. So, he probably could have thrown the attention off of the question himself also, but he looked stuck.
I guess my thing is you can't let people control what you do. I feel like even if I were to ask Ashley or Tyrice a question they did not want me to ask, it's your responsibility to control your actions. Right. You can either be professional about it on camera or you can just look like August did. I feel like, if somebody asks me something flippant, I'm not going to step out of my character because you decide to come at me when I ask you not to. Right. But best believe, afterwards, I will pull you to the side like, hey, and just I appreciate that, or I have to come at you and let you know what the real is. So I did a lot of talking. I just want to get that out there because people are trying to come for me on Facebook. Anyway, go ahead.
That is true. But you have to realize, just because a person is talented and they're in a business of profession, they may not be professional.
That's true.
We don't know, where he came from or what he's gone through in his life. For all we know, some people are raised, if you're disrespected, you check it on point, and you never let anybody disrespect you. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he was wrong for that, and I don't think Bow Wow was wrong, really, because that's not Bow Wow's. Bow Wow probably was caught just as much off guard as he was.
He looks like it,
because that's disrespectful to Bow Wow as well, because Bow Wow has to be there, and he may get backlash from her asking that actual question, right? And that's not his problem. Their business partners, him and Keisha. So they may not even get along opposite. You don't know.
Like each other.
So he was like, that was her decision to do it. She
She took that chance. She took that chance at
Yeah.
asking that question and knowing that he didn't want to answer it.
Yeah, I think, you know, in the beginning, you know, he set the expectation that he didn't want that question to be asked. So I felt like she shouldn't have asked the question. But his response, I think, could have been a little bit different. You know, it could have been as easy as say, you know, no comment right now, but my album coming out such and such
Right.
date. I mean, I think that would have been the best way to go about it. As far as Bow Wow, I mean, it's almost a whole foot difference between him and August Alsina. So I don't think Bow Wow was going to do anything. I don't think he was. He was just going to stand there and just let it flop. I don't think he was going to do anything.
Everybody has valid points, and again, nobody's trying to be an opinion bully on this panel. That's the one thing I can't stand. I can't stand an opinion bully.
Right.
You know, no buts. No buts. I don't know, man. I'm the type of dude, you're not gonna disrespect me like that. I feel like if August would have came for me, I definitely would have came for him, and then I would have walked off the stage. And I know I did say don't let nobody take out your character, but I mean, it's just like, oh, that's live television. Why did you have to come for her like that on live TV? It's just.
But why she have to ask the question?
That's true. I'm not disagreeing with that. She should not have asked him the question. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying that she's right.
You asked for.
You're right. You exactly right. But it's just.
And she took that chance. When she asked that question, she knew that he was going to respond 3 ways. He was either going to answer, he was going to ignore it politely, or he was going to possibly be rude about it. And she got rude.
Does this affect August?
Nah, I'm sure it won't.
Business wise, album sales wise, nah, it's not gonna hurt him.
Okay,
it's not gonna.
I don't think so.
What's the other?
Not too many people watch 106 and Park.
Nobody watches this AJ and Free anyway. But you, Tyrice, you said business wise. What's the other wise? What's the other side of it?
I mean, I think some people are gonna be caught in their feelings about it. You know, some people are gonna feel that he did disrespect her and may feel different about it, but. At the end of the day, the music business, it's all about what sells. So that could be used to really kind of boost his album sales in a way that the music industry has ways of turning things around.
Yesterday.
People like drama.
Yeah, like I say, people like drama. Music, reality TV, drama sales.
Keisha fans may feel some type of way about this, but I guarantee you, August fans.
Oh, tried it. I
was trying to be nice about this.
I didn't
know. But his fans, they probably think he's right. They feel he's right. So.
I mean, yeah. Again, like I said, I'm just going on the boat that all 3 of them was wrong, and that's what I'm gonna say because I'm just kind. It's just I can't stand it because I guess I'm on all sides. I interview people, I get interviewed. And, you know, of course, I'm going to have people back. So I kind of see all scenarios. But, again, unless you're in that position, you can't really speak on it. Because, I mean, who knows?
She might have gone off behind the scenes. I'm sure she wasn't quiet when she walked in the back.
She didn't like she wasn't going to be quiet. She looked like she
was mad. She was
mad. She walked real fast. It was a Roxy situation. when Roxy got into it, and Roxy dropped the mic and just walked off. It was the same thing. But here's the thing about Keisha, though. I have teenage brother and sister, so they watch 106 Park sometimes, and I'll watch it with them. And there was another situation when the guy from the game showed up on 106 Park on April Fool's Day and did the exact same thing to her. She asked him about his relationship with somebody. It's somebody famous. And he was like, I ain't come for this, man. I ain't come for this. And it just like went off. But it was April Fool's joke that time. He came back and was like, psych, April Fool's. But it's the second time that's happened to her, and I was like, dang.
So she should have known how to handle it. I mean, clearly, not too many people get a second, chance to do it over again. So.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna ask all 3 of you guys, how would you have handled that situation? I'm gonna start with Tyrice.
I would have said no comment, but I do have this coming out in the future. I wouldn't, because you have to look at your image too at the same time. And me growing up, I grew up respecting all people, men and women. You know, you're not going to disrespect anybody. And me being a parent, how I act on TV, my kids are going to see that in the future. So I would have just said no comment. And next question, my album coming out on this date, go by. I'm doing this tour. I would have just kind of diverted. I would have moved on. Would have moved forward.
Ashley.
Well,
I already know. I kind of already have an idea of what she would do, but I'm going to let her answer.
I wouldn't use the language, per se, but I'd check her in a similar manner. Like, I'd be like, we've talked about this before. You knew not to ask me that question, so why would you ask me that question? it would be, I'm gonna put you on blast, just like you tried to put me on blast. But I wouldn't use
that makes
the language, I guess you would say. But I would still check her.
Real quick, let me interject. Because I'm going to ask, this is for both you and Cheese. Do you think it's different, because you guys are females, would it have been a different, would people have felt a different kind of way if another female would have checked her like that?
Yes, definitely. Because anytime a man is harsh or extra like, towards a female, it's, he's a tyrant.
And you know what? And 9 out of 10, had it been another woman, she might have said something. She might have responded. Whereas with him, she might have felt slightly intimidated, though she might not want to say that now. Felt intimidated by his response. But had it been another woman, might not have, felt like I shouldn't wait till I get behind closed doors. I'm going to say this now. Well, I asked it because,
But and then she did kind of respond of why she asked it. She said because I guess he addressed it on different blogs and he was on radio shows that morning and he addressed it. And so she was just like, well, maybe I thought you might want to have talked about it on 106 and Park and blah, 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 because your fans are here and blah, blah, blah. That's a poor excuse. I mean, again, if he said he didn't want to talk about it, then he didn't want to talk about it. It's just...
And that's why they have their PR person to say this is what we want to talk about, this is what we don't want to talk about. And they, could have said this is why we don't want to talk about it because they knew he was going to respond the way that he did. Yeah. Like that could have been his camp's way of protecting him because they know that it's a sensitive subject and that he's probably not going to respond in the best way. And considering how he responded, it seems like it is still touchy. So he's probably said worse in just other interviews and stuff. So she might have gotten a mild version of it.
Well, before I jump into that, go ahead, Cheese. How would you have responded if that would have happened to you?
It's really...
That's how you did that?
It's really hard to say because, it's just kind of like... a part of me feels like it would have been... It just would have been hard. You want to say that you would have ignored the question or moved past it, but at the same time in the heat of a moment and especially with the passion that it seems like he feels about it, you can see maybe how he acted on impulse. So I mean, I think we've all acted on impulse before, so I can't say that I would have done it one way or the other way. I might be sitting back like him saying, man, maybe I should have just ignored the question or something.
Hindsight is always 20/20.
Yeah, always.
So,
yeah, right.
Definitely. I mean, I was with my sister before we came here on set, and I guess August did a response to what happened. He said he felt like he was played and all sort of stuff.
Okay, not played. I don't know about that.
He felt like he was played. He was duped and all that and everything. This is a question. I don't think this will hurt his chances, but do y'all think this will hurt his chances? Will he be back on 106 and Park? Or
maybe not in the near future. Or he might come back on and apologize because somebody said, you were a little harsh. So, he might come back and say, I'm sorry, I just didn't want to talk about it, or, he might not.
He's got to get another hit first.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Just saying.
You're right.
Tried it twice. There we go. Twice. All right. Well, again, continue to join the conversation of August Alsina. Did you get the album? Do you think this?
I did. I got it. I got it yesterday, as a matter of fact. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm yeah.
Well, definitely let us know how it is.
I will. Next Friday.
I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that and Future, but we weren't talking about him. But
we don't want to. Anyway,
will.
Tried it 3 times. All right.
That's old news.
Join the conversation on Karlton Says Live. What do you think about the whole August Alsina situation? All right, we're going to be right back with some more talk of what's going on in entertainment. But right now, we're going to throw to another music video about another local artist. I'm not sure who it is this time. Oh, my sister, Life Under Virtue. Hit it, Your Love. We'll be right back.
Love is truth, love is kind. Love is a thought that comes to my head 'cause you're on my mind. I can never ever think of a time when I didn't love you. It's like a dream come true. It's like a dream come true. Where would I be without you? Where would I be without you? sure is a lie. Your grace and mercy, bless you love me. It's like a dream come true. Where would I be without you? Your love is I need your love is something so real. No one knows how it makes me feel. I'm praising you, I'm loving you. You're amazing, amazing. Your love I need your love.
Welcome back to Karlton Says Live. I'm laughing because my sister is playing stage manager and she just did a real serious 5, 4, 3. That was like real serious. Welcome back to Karlton Says Live. Tyrice actually got some information. We're going to jump back on MiMi Faust. I should have said that. We're going to go back to the
Nikko did.
We're going to go to the MiMi Faust situation. Nikko, Tyrice has some information for us that he wanted to share.
Yeah, so in the middle of the viewing, I get a message saying that they could make a possible $5 million to $10 million on this sex tape, and I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna make $5 to $10 million. Because did anybody buy the Kim Kardashian Ray J sex tape?
Nobody. Who wants to buy that? First off,
who bought the Paris Hilton sex tape?
Nobody.
No.
It's
So
free.
internet's free.
Right.
So I don't see how they're gonna make $5 million to $10 million on a sex tape that ain't nobody gonna buy. It's gonna be free. We're gonna download it, and there's probably a whole bunch of sites out there you can get it from for free.
Right.
So.
I think probably, and I know Ashley mentioned this endorsements or whatever, but probably also too. Again, I mentioned conventions. They have porn conventions. They have sex conventions.
Porn
so
awards.
exactly. So you get paid for those appearrances. So that's probably the after.
Best supporting actor, Sean Ross.
Right.
With an inanimate object.
It's the I think it's the aftermath of the sex tape that's gonna give them the money. So
yeah.
And then and possibly they might get, if the season does well, season 3, because of the sex tape, they might get more money after the show. No, don't spin off. Please don't give nobody want to see that.
Not at all.
No. If anybody gonna get spin off, it's gonna be Stevie J and Jocelyn.
What?
Yeah, but
Stevie J.
Stevie.
Do you love me, Stevie?
Stevie to the strip club. Okay, but yeah, I think it's the aftermath that's gonna really give MiMi her coins.
That fame that she's looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Why though? It's not.
Yeah.
I think the thing that
And she's gonna regret it.
I think that my issue that I have with it is when you look at the last two seasons of Atlanta Love and Hip Hop, she dogged Jocelyn out so bad for being a stripper, but Jocelyn was open about who she was.
Exactly.
She
Never
didn't
tried to
hide
hide
it,
it.
didn't do anything.
And that's why you respect her.
And then all of a sudden now it's kind of like everything done flipped around. It's like, wow, you're going to talk about Jocelyn, but now look what you're doing.
And a porn star is way more extreme than
a stripper. Any day.
Yeah.
Any
Because
day.
we're actually like, versus you just taking your clothes off and dancing, which, some people do that. That is what it is.
Yeah.
But you're actually having sex on...
Not making them wonder. I wonder what it's like. But no,
it's like,
It's
this is
full
what it
throttle.
is.
That's what it's like.
In my shower rod,
that's what
it is.
Right. Oh, so you do that too, huh?
She said, MiMi says that when the camera goes on, she loses her mind and lose control, and he just does something to her. The way that she, the way he touches her,
the way he
and then all
me.
this other stuff.
And he puts his mouth on me.
Oh shoot. It's just things you keep in your bedroom, son.
Yeah.
Son, keep in your bedroom. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people got freaky ways. It's cool. That's what you want to do. Be a freak. It's cool. Freak it out. But understand, like, you know, we don't need to know all that.
Some things need to be left.
It does.
To the privacy of your home. If you want to make a
got to
tape,
do it.
You're right. Somebody's got to do it, and I guess she said I was the one.
This is not gonna end well. Let me tell you. This is the timeline of MiMi Faust.
Oprah.
This is the timeline. Season 3, Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. She'll do the reunion show. She'll get angry. She'll be on season 4. That might be her last season. And then she's gonna probably like try to get a little spinoff. She might get 1, 2 seasons of a spinoff. It's not gonna last. Then she's gonna disappear for a minute. She's gonna do some more porn. Probably get into some drugs. And then she's going to go on. Then she's gonna go into,
Booger sugar.
and this is gonna go and this is gonna go on Oprah. And then she's gonna go to Oprah. And Oprah's gonna say, "Mimi, we're gonna fix your life." So we're gonna hook up with Iyanla. I can never say her name right. Ayana. That lady. Gonna hook up with her, fix her life. This is gonna be on Oprah Prime. This is gonna be on Oprah Life Class. Then she'll be on Oprah Winfrey 25 or 50 year show. And it's gonna dog Nico out, talk about how he trash and whatever. And then she's gonna get her own docu-series on OWN called MiMi. And that's what's gonna happen. That's the timeline of MiMi Faust. You heard it here first. Across the set.
Right. And then they're gonna go through her daughter when her daughter gets older and how this affected your life.
Because in all these transition and stages she's gonna be making, her daughter's gonna be about 10 when it hits the when she's in that fix me phase, and she's gonna be able to talk on camera and say how it's impacted her life over the next 6 years.
Yes, I feel bad for her daughter. I really feel for her daughter.
Well, because it's bad enough that she had to go through all of this just in the first season. You know, just with her parents, you know, having to go back and forth with each other, a new woman coming into the scene, just all of that drama that went on in the first place. And now it's like just after maybe things were kind of maybe normal, or you know, normal as they could be. Now you're doing this, and it's just she's just getting older.
Right. That's crazy. Be your age.
Right.
That's all I can say.
I'm telling you, she is too old.
You're 44.
Too old.
You too damn old.
That's
but if she's that old and she can actually make a video and people want to see it,
well, I mean, you know,
like that's a good thing that you're that old and you can make a sex tape and people want to see you have sex.
Black don't crack, so you know we gonna look good, even 50, you know.
Or Native American.
Or
yeah,
as you have it. So you know.
Oh man, join the conversation on Karlton Says Live. Now we're gonna switch gears. Last topic of the entertainment section. We're talking about Scandal. Not gonna ruin the season finale for you if you guys haven't seen it. But here's a question. I was listening to the Ricky Smiley show, and Ricky Smiley says that men should not be watching Scandal. And if you are a man watching Scandal, you should be watching it with your female significant other. That's the only way you should be watching Scandal as a man. Now, as a man, I'm a little offended because I watch Scandal. I like Scandal. First of all, Kerry Washington is one of my favorite actresses, so of course I was gonna watch Scandal regardless. I love Shonda Rhimes. She's a beast. She had at one point 3 shows on one network, a broadcasting network at that, and she's African American, so she definitely kicked down some doors. So of course I was gonna watch Scandal. And it's just an overall good show. So I don't understand where Ricky Smiley is getting that notion that men shouldn't watch Scandal. Tyrice, you're a man. What you think?
I watch Scandal. I watch Scandal by myself. I watch Scandal when my girls at the house with me. My pastor watched Scandal. My dad watched Scandal. I mean, it's a TV show. I mean, it's a good show. I don't think, you know, they should say that, you know, Ricky Smiley should say that a man shouldn't watch Scandal alone. I mean, that's... I don't understand the point behind that.
I didn't get that. This morning it threw me off. I changed the station. I normally listen to Ricky Smiley in the morning show, and then I just kind of just switched it. I was like, oh, that put me in a bad space. Now, Ashley admitted to me beforehand that she doesn't watch Scandal at all.
I don't.
So Ashley, why don't you watch Scandal?
Just I guess with my morals, I love marriage, and I think that's very sacred, and I just feel you don't have. I think those might be the only 2 Scandal and
Being Mary Jane.
Being Mary Jane are probably the only 2 shows that you have a black or African American female as a leading role, and they're both side chicks.
Right.
Really? Like, I can't support that. I honestly, I can't. It's too much for my life.
I'm kind of with you because I can't say that I still haven't gotten through the first episode of Scandal.
Of season 1?
Of season 1.
Oh.
And this is on Netflix. This is on Netflix. And I'm being, serious. I hear about it, and every once in a while I say to myself, I'm gonna watch this, but I kind of feel the same way. I'm just not really enthused by it. Now, being Mary Jane, I enjoyed when they were first previewing, like when it was the mini movie. I enjoyed it then. I honestly can't say that I've watched it since then. Maybe we can blame it on my work schedule. Maybe it's because I'm not at home, during those hours to see it. I don't know, but I ain't watching.
But another thing I don't understand, we gave Monica Lewinsky so much flack for just doing oral for Bill Clinton, and now we're praising Kerry Washington, or Olivia Pope is her name, for doing the same words, having a whole nother relationship with, I guess.
Yeah. It's the year of the side chick.
Yeah. And it
crazy,
really is. It is. Speaking of side chicks, that's what I play in my playlist.
Nice segue. Here we go. Nice segue. And we're going to go to a tease. That was a great segue, great tease, because that's next. Ashley Black is here to discuss her play, Excuse Me, Miss, but I'm in love with your husband. It's coming out tomorrow, so we're going to talk to her about that play. But first, I'm going to throw it to our last video. We've had Shonda P on the show many times. I'm going to throw it to his video, and we'll be right back on Karlton Says Live. Nice, Ashley.
Right.
I just contradicted myself.
Perfect.
One of them good Beyonce dresses. Looking like a Black Panther. She ain't even got to have no job. It's like she can bite the back of the leg. Listen to me. Yo. Hey, girl, you know I love you. She was okay, guys. Man, that's prime rib right there. That feet don't look good. That's close to Hey, Miss Flamingo, what your name is? Hey, come back here. Hey, where you going? I take your bad boy. Show me some. Show me some. I'm telling you, man. Okay, hey, man, look at this. Hey, I saw one with a butter biscuit. Hey. Whoa. Oh, Lord. Do you see that? Who's that lady? Who's that girl? What? Something you might not never know. You know about this. What are you playing?
Kato.
President accounted for, ma'am.
Danica. Here. Shotty P. Shotty P. Shotty P. Shotty P.
Hold it down for you, cause all of the times you've been there for me, I call you more than my shorty. You keep it real and stay true. I label you my good girl. I would never keep your love on the low. No, I label you my good girl. Anytime that you come to me, I can bet.
Okay, lil' mama got a swag like me. In his word all the time is where she's at like me. Man, this type of girl is hard to find. Tell me, have you seen her? A Holy Ghost girl, heart is pure like Aquafina. Plus she's spirit filled too. Her love for God, she doesn't hide it. Her thoughts and undivided attention, shawty provides it. Proverbs 31, see baby girl fits the description. She ain't into them tight clothes, makeup or hair extension. She's so fine. I'ma break it down, giving you a definition of a G-double-O-G girl. The way you carry yourself, I ain't gon' lie, send shivers up and down me, girl. You want some real love, then Shotty P gon' bring it to you. See, I can't blow, so I'ma let the spirit bring it to
Never
you.
gotta worry about anything because I got you. I will always hold it down for you. Cause all of the times you've been there for me, I call you more than my shorty. You keep it real and stay true. I label you my good girl. I would never keep your love on the low. No, I label you my good girl. Anytime that you come me, I that, cause you're my good girl.
And when you're sick, just like there with flu, she'll take care of you. And fellas, when you acting stupid, shawty still be there for you. If you want a good girl, let me hear you holler. If you need a good girl, holler. Gotta have a good girl, holler. That's what I thought. Okay, the apple of my eye, that's why I call her ride or die, but she just ride. She won't die cause she got everlasting life. Hold up, one day she sat me down and said that she had cheated. I laughed out loud when she told me it was with you.
You ain't never gotta worry about anything, because I got you, I will always hold it down for you. Cause all of the times you've been there for me, I call you more than my shorty. You keep it real and stay true. I label you my good girl. I would never keep your love on the low, no, no. You my good girl. Anytime that you come me, I love you, girl. Cause you're my good girl.
She squeezed the living daylights out me when she hugs me. She loves Jesus Christ. She'll ever love, man. She go out of her way for me, pray like every day for me, straighten those who hate on me. She even caught the J for me, work and stay in shape for me, dance, flirt and play with me, grow in God's faith for me, forever she gon' stay with me. I never visioned commitment to be a bad thing. Went from good girl to wifey, messed around and got my last.
Says live here. I'm getting some behind the scenes footage of the show and everything we're doing for my docu-series Karlton. Say hi, everybody.
Hey.
Yes. Everybody behind the scenes. Terrence, my sister Kendra. We up in this thing. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate you guys for joining me every week on Karlton Says Live. This is like one of my favorite days of the week. I love doing this. It's a lot of fun.
Agreed.
I know me and Cheese talk about this all the time at our place of employment. So we talk about it all the time, and this is a great place for us to have fun. Is really talk about things that we love to talk about: entertainment, TV, movies, whatever. Speaking of, we're going to theater. Our special guest for today, Ashley Black. She's actually starring in a play called "Excuse Me, Miss, But I Am in Love with Your Husband." Is going to be. I don't want to mess everything up, so I'm gonna let her talk about it. But I know it's tomorrow at 3 and 7. I can't. Jabez Performing Arts Center, Columbia County Library. So definitely check it out. So we're going to talk to Ashley about her play. Now, Ashley, before we start, is there anything that you don't want me to ask you? Like, is there anything that you don't want me to talk about? Because I'm not trying to be cussed out on camera.
Oh, well, you already know. Don't ask me that shit that I told you not to ask me beforehand. Like, I'm not playing. Like, don't do that shit, Karlton. I'm not playing. I don't know why y'all laughing. I didn't get the joke.
Oh.
No, that would be the unprofessional way. Do over.
No, seriously though. We're going to talk to Ashley about her play. First of all, Ashley, tell us about the play. Tell us about Excuse Me, Miss, But I'm in Love with Your Husband.
The play Excuse Me, Miss, But I'm in Love with Your Husband was a book written by Donna Portuguese Hodges, and it's directed by Anthony Page, one of the best directors in Augusta. And basically, you have two different couples, and I play a secretary, and I'm in love with my boss.
Lord.
So it's a little bit of a contradiction of my statement before about the scandal, why I don't watch it, but all's fair. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, that's the role that I was picked to play. But you basically have two professional couples. They're in love with each other, but after a certain amount of time, the love is lost, and he decides to have fun with somebody that can treat him better.
Is it a swinger play?
No, it's not a swinger play. No. It's a twist to it, but I'm not gonna give it.
He tried it. He threw up. Terrence threw up the MiMi Faust and Nikko.
You better give me that ride, that ride. But no, it's a very like Donna she's a genius with writing, and it's a twist to it that's awesome. Like, I don't want to give it away, but you guys should really come out to see it tomorrow at the Jabez Performing Arts Center in Columbia County. It's basically the Columbia County Library. You walk in the library, and right there to the right is the theater, and it's beautiful theater. It's awesome. It's gonna be great.
How much it is?
It is. Today is the last day, but you can get your tickets for $25 at any of the Pyramid Music stores in Augusta. I think there's one on Riceboro Road, or is it Gordon Highway? One on Gordon Highway.
By the Kmart.
Yes, and then there's one downtown on Broad Street. And day of the show is $30, so $5 difference, not that bad. But Yes. Please come 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock tomorrow. Be there or be square.
How has your experience been, working on the play?
To be honest, I think this is one of the strongest casts that I've worked with yet so far for stage plays. We have Nathan Rothwell, we have Dana Weidman, we have Jasmine, Patterson, we have Reggie Freeman. Yeah, so it's I mean, anybody who knows most of the actors in Augusta, those are some very, very strong actors, and it's going to be excellent.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Ashley related to the play?
No, I can't wait to see it. 7 o'clock, I will be there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cheese.
One thing I don't know is I guess I know what you're gonna be doing, but like tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm more innocent. My boss came on to me, so I fell in love with him, and I'm kind of naive. I'm young. I'm still in school. He's a lawyer. Of course, he has the gift of gab, and I fall completely in love with this man, and I'll do whatever he asks me to do.
Okay.
Now, I've known Ashley for a long
Except
time.
for the shower rod.
Oh, Lord. Not shower rod. Shower rod. Okay, shower rod is the new surfboard. I say it all the time, but anyway, that's another subject. Now, I'm not... Hey, bro, you gotta stop the picture, bro. Now, I've known Ashley for a long time. She's actually best friends with my sister, Kendra. I ain't gonna get no camera time? Oh, okay.
Nope. It's all me today.
No, but she's best friends with my sister, Kendra. Now, I've never really pictured, I didn't know Ashley was going to be an actress. I never would have pegged that when she was little. Never would have pegged that. I would have, definitely thought basketball or something. But Ashley, what made you say, hey, I want to be an actress? What drew you to, being a performer?
To be honest, it all started off around when I turned 21. I linked up with a gentleman by the name of P. Nice. If you all are familiar, he's a very big promoter, and he's a rap artist as well around the local area. And he's actually blowing up. He just got signed to a major, so shout out to P. Nice.
What's up?
He actually got me into modeling.
Okay.
He came to me, him and a gentleman by the name of B. Moss. They came to me about modeling. And from there, I started modeling, and I just started getting gig here, gig there. And modeling was a stepping stone into acting. I was in a 8-hour-long car ride with a gentleman by the name of Kenneth Brown, and KB, we call him, and we had to stay up. So he basically was like, hey, let's play some improv games. We played some improv games, and he was like, you're really good. You should come to, Anthony Page's acting class with me. So I went to acting class, and then from there, Anthony has just taken my career, and I've just been one thing after the other, just by word of mouth. Just, she's good, she's solid, get her in your show. And then they'll be like, okay, because he has that much pull.
Yeah. Like I said, people try to come to me about Ashley. I'm like, oh, I already know her. You're late. And they were a long time ago.
Right.
But no, Ashley's in my web series, The Lion's Den. You haven't seen her yet. She actually appears, her first appearance is next week.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that. There we go. Lion's Den bow. So we're excited about that. Now, Ashley, tell people about your character on Lion's Den. She plays Kiera. But I won't give away her connection, but just tell her about the character.
I am new to the city. And I have a very high MiMi drive, I'll say that. I'll say that I'm a very sexual person, and apparently I'm not that difficult to get involved with. So it's a very steamy scene. So next week you guys better be ready, because it's coming at you.
Yeah, it's definitely coming at you.
No shower rods, though.
No, none. We can't afford the strong ones that MiMi uses. Our shower rods break off the wall.
And he didn't have health insurance.
Right, none.
I don't have health.
I don't know what to say.
No Obamacare.
At that time.
How was your experience on the show? How did you filming wise? I know you came on. You came on towards the end, but you was new to the crew. How was your experience being on the show?
I think it caught me off guard, because it was that was my first time meeting Torrance, and it was a hello, how are you? makeout scene. So I was like, oh, okay, hi. What was your name again? Okay, cool. It's nice to meet you, Torrance. Nice having a makeout session. See you later. So it was my first time filming. I don't know if you knew that. That was my first time. Yeah, it was my first time filming actual series with me talking. I've done a commercial though. But yeah, so it was an experience, and now I'm doing Lovers and Friends with you as well as Danny and Jay, and I'm excited. I awesome. Love working with Karlton. I do, because he's so awesome at what he does. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank
you. I appreciate that. Tyrice, you're also on the Lions Den.
Yes.
You played Barry Washington. How was your experience? Because you was on season 3, and then you made a reemergence last week on season 5. Like, how was? Let's talk about the difference, because you came on like we had the little camera, and then we got high tech a little bit. Season 5. Like, talk about your experience on the show.
I'll say, as being Barry Washington, my experience was totally great. I really loved the character of Barry Washington, especially in the beginning. You know, he reminded me a lot of myself, so I was really able to connect with him. But once he got hurt, his whole perception and his whole attitude toward Ashley completely changed, and he turned into some kind of dog in a way. Like he's like they didn't care no more. But overall, I mean, it was a great opportunity. I love filming again. Shout out to you, Karlton, for giving people the opportunity.
Definitely.
A lot of times people think they have to go, to LA or to Atlanta or to Texas, but when you have the opportunity right here in your hometown, it makes a big difference. So shout out to you for that.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you.
Definitely hard work.
Now Cheese is an actress too. She was on my first web series, College Days. No, don't belittle.
Okay.
Now, how was your experience filming? I know that was like a minute ago, but how was your experience doing it? And would you be willing to do it again?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was exciting. It was really my first chance to ever, do some things like that also. So I had no complaints. I looked forward to, filming days. It was an awesome experience, something that I would definitely appreciate, doing again if given the opportunity.
Awesome. Well, definitely, there are a lot of great things happening here in Augusta. There's a lot of stuff happening. Ashley's play, she has coming out tomorrow. If you're in the Augusta area, the CSRA period, please come out and support. We definitely support our own. There it is. Hey, excuse me, miss, but I'm in love with your husband. That's me at the bottom left corner.
If y'all didn't know.
That's her, definitely. Come check it out tomorrow at the Jabez Performing Arts Center at 3 and at 7. Advance tickets, this is the last day to get advance tickets at $25 today. Tomorrow at the door they are $30, so definitely come check it out. You got two shows, 3 and 7. I also want to shout out my good friend Passionate. She was on, was it last week? It was last week, right? She was on last week. She has a concert tomorrow as well. Okay. I can't think of the name of the place where it is, and forgive me. It's at 7 o'clock. Give me the top. Thank you. The Journey and Unplug Experience at the Green Light Sound Studio tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. Advance tickets is the last day to get advance tickets at $5, and at the door at $10. Tyrice also has a play coming out. Yes. It's a little later, but he has a play coming out. Well, shout it out real quick.
Yeah, the play. Secrets of the Island, written by Cache Perez, coming to the Jabez Performing Arts, the same place we all been talking about today, but it's on June 7th. It's going to be 2 shows, one at 3 and one at 7. It's definitely a play you don't want to miss. It's a lot of secrets that are going to unfold. So,
what's the play about, real quick?
The play is about a family. You have 2 families. Somehow they get intertwined in a way I don't want to release because it's going to be a big shocker when everybody hears about it. But it really talks about how secrets pass down from generation to generation to generation to generation, and if you don't cut them, it's gonna fall. It's gonna hit to the kids too.
Wow.
So
okay.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about it.
Sure does.
Yeah, we have a lot of great stuff happening.
Augusta is a wonderful city.
It is. And I'm gonna say this. A lot of people. I'm gonna lie. I'm not like I don't be wanting to travel because I've been traveling a lot. It's good to get out there and kind of expand your horizons and everything, but. We have a lot of great stuff happening. I know a lot of people say Augusta, nothing going on in Augusta, but in actuality, we do have a lot of things happening. Yeah. We have a lot of great talent here in the city as well. Yes. So that's why I stress it's very important that we support our own, and we definitely come out in drones and just kind of pack these houses and let's make some noise. Like I said, it's cool to go to Atlanta. I'm not knocking it. Go to Atlanta, go to LA, go to New York, go wherever you have to be. If you feel like God is leading you to go there, do what you got to do. But while you're here, make an impact. Embrace it. Make a difference. Stop complaining about it and do something about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you feel like nothing's happening, make something happen. Be the change that you want to see happen. Boom.
That's
Bow.
right.
I done blew it up.
That's
That's it. Also, thank you. I'm just so elated. I'm excited about everything that's happening, and thank you guys for joining us for Karlton Says Live. I will not be here next week. Well, I won't be here for the next 2 weeks, but the show will continue. Karlton Says Live will still continue. Miss Ariel Cheese will actually be hosting the show, and she will have 2 guest hosts on the show with her, and they're gonna talk about entertainment. So she's gonna be in charge. So y'all definitely still tune in, check her out, support her as she leads Karlton Says Live for the next 2 weeks. I'll be in Rome next week, and I will be in New York the following week. So we're closing out. Thank you guys for joining us for Karlton Says Live. Don't forget to check out Lions Den series on YouTube. Check it out. Cheese, Ashley, and Tyrice. And let's shout out to DJIM.com, Terrence. He's doing his thing. He's behind the scenes, helping us out. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I was trying to call names, and then he was like, point there, point there, point here, point here.
My time.
Yeah. No, for real. Thank you, Terrence, for everything you've done. Thank you for opening up your home for the production, and I just really appreciate it. It's been a cool experience.
Definitely.
And we thank you, Terrence. And he's just definitely not going to put the camera on, but that's fine. I'm just talking. But okay. Thank you, Terrence, for everything. Again, thank you, Cheese, Ashley, Tyrice. We're out. Karlton Says Live. Boom. We in the place. Peace easy. And see y'all when we see you.
Next week.
Bye.